Hello everyone, praise be to God. The book of Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 1 to 6 says that this is the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord. Go down to the potter's house, and there I'll give you my message. So I went down to the potter's house and saw him working at the wheel. But the pot he was shaping from the clay was marred in his hands. So the potter formed it into another pot, shaping it as it seemed best to him. Then the word of the Lord came to me. He said, Can I not do with you, Israel, as this potter does, declares the Lord? Like clay in the hands of the potter, so are you in my hand, Israel. The potter in this text represents God, and the clay represents Israel. The first pot that got marred in the potter's hand represents Israel, becoming unholy or flawed as a nation in God's hands. The Israelites were doing all these sinful things in the land, and God kept sending his prophets, but they refused to listen to them. In the text, the potter reshaped and molded the same clay into another pot as it seemed best to him. This means that God had to reshape the same clay, which was Israel. The process of reshaping and remolding Israel involved the Babylonians. God allowed the Babylonians to attack the Israel nation. Some people were killed and some went into captivity. After 70 years, a new nation was born in captivity through hardship. Israel was better. Their practices and their ways were acceptable in God's sight. They were God's holy people. God is holy, so he wants his people to be holy too. Most of the Israelites who returned back to Israel are those who were born in captivity, and some old men and women. These might have been very young when they were taken into captivity. This new generation revered God. They worshipped him. This was the new pot that the potter shaped. God is still the potter. Can he not do with the world what he done to Israel in those days? Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 7 to 10 says that, If at any time I announce that a nation or kingdom is to be uprooted, torn down and destroyed, and if that nation I warned repents of its evil, then I will relent and not inflict on it the disaster I had planned. And if at another time I announce that the nation or kingdom is to be built up and planted, and if it does evil in my sight, then I will reconsider the good I had intended for it. Thanks everyone.